Yo G's, how we doing? Welcome to another workshop. Now I know today the title says how to deploy an AI agent to Telegram. I'm actually going to be showing you a second way to do it with Instagram because with ManyChat, some of you are like, hey, how do I do it with buttons? How do I do it with whatever? And I'm going to show you how to use voice closed channels to be able to get this agent into your Instagram, but it's the same exact process to do it in Telegram. So you're actually going to learn two goes in one thing. I'm just going to break down Instagram a bit more. So let me just look in the chats. Everyone's putting a 1, means you can hear me. All good. So if some of you, maybe you're familiar with VoiceGlow, maybe you haven't delved too deep into the workshops, you totally should. But we've covered VoiceGlow before. It's a super useful tool, useful to, especially in combination with VoiceFlow. So just to quickly show you how you could get your agent from VoiceFlow to VoiceGlow, if you haven't been through the workshops before, basically you would go into VoiceFlow, make sure your agent is published in the canvas. You would go into integrations, API keys, copy your API key, go into VoiceGlow, get a new agent going, choose the VoiceGlow option. I'll just put IG test. Cool. Then go to paste your VoiceFlow API key, and if you want, you could do your project ID as well. It's not necessary, but as you can see, as soon as you paste that API key, you have your VoiceFlow agent in this kind of VoiceGlow format. You can stylize it, do all that good stuff. Now, today's going to be a quick one. It's going to be a quick one, but a lot of you were highly requesting this, trying to understand how you can get your buttons in there, how you can basically make things look the same within your Instagram. So once you have this, of course, you would want to save with any changes you make. You could then head over to channels. Now, I show you in the social media lessons how you would set up your Instagram, set up the Facebook business, and all that good stuff. So go through those lessons if you want to learn how to do that, because you do need the permissions for having a Facebook business or meta business, I should say, and able to enable all of these integrations with the channels within VoiceGlow. So for me, I've connected it before. If I go ahead and hit connect, all I have to do is hit continue with meta. Cool, it's going to say despite TRW. I have the burner Instagram account I kind of just set up. You can hit reconnect because I've done this before, but if you didn't, you would just log into your account and it would take you through a couple different pages, and you hit next, 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 just agreeing to some things. VoiceGlow needs access to your meta business kind of information, and then you could just hit connect. After that, it's going to show that it's connected. It's going to show the Instagram page. If you have the Facebook page, it's going to show that as well, which is here. And then you hit continue. Now, I'm actually just going to remove this because, yes, this is how you do it with VoiceFlow, but if I want to remove this because I already have this connected, I want to show you that it also works with a VoiceGlow agent. And if you're not sure what a VoiceGlow agent is, I highly recommend you check out the How to Build a Chatbot in 5 Minutes. Shows you how to quickly prototype and deploy chatbots. These are super good for demos when you're hopping on calls with prospects. Super good. They have this UI engine that allows things to populate dynamically within your chat. Makes it very easy to create and is easy to get an idea in your head of what you want to build this for. Let me just hop over to my agents. In that workshop, I created this Gorilla Mind one. This is complete within VoiceGlow. We created this in about 5 minutes, and it has a knowledge base. It's everything we built with this agent within VoiceGlow, not VoiceFlow. VoiceGlow is now called Tixay as well. So if you hear me say VoiceGlow, it's now called Tixay. It's just a rebrand, but can use those terms interchangeably. So we have this widget. If I go over to my channels and I go to connect, I need to connect Instagram. You can see, I guess it just disconnected because of the last one that I just connected. Hit continue. Successfully connected. Now I am in my Instagram in the DMs. I don't have any DMs, but what I'm going to do is actually go on a burner account that I just created on my phone. So you won't be able to see this, and I'm going to send a DM over here. Now, when I send this DM, you can see workshop test CRW. Hey, when I send this DM, you can see the AI agent starts responding. But something I want you to notice is that you can't see buttons. What I'm actually going to do is I can see buttons on my phone. They don't populate on your PC, but I'm going to go ahead and send a screenshot of what I'm looking at right now in the chat as soon as I get a recommendation, so you can see the buttons are there, the carousels are there, and everything. I'm going to post it in the chat. I'll go ahead and look at it in the real world that I have loaded up in another tab. So you can see this kind of thing that it loaded up. Let me just say, what can I get for muscle? Wait for this to give me an answer. And so, yeah, what I'll do as soon as this is done is take a screenshot from my phone, post it in TRW in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and take a look. So we got a response. All you see these fingers because we're on PC. So what I'm actually going to do, looks like someone's DMing us. I'm going to head into TRW, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So take a screenshot. Now I'm just jumping onto my phone, hopping in AI automation chat, and I'm posting this screenshot, and we'll take a look. AI automation. Photos. All right, let me just add this and then send it through. Cool. So everyone look in the AI automation chat. I have it right here on my screen. This is what it looks like. You have the carousels you can go through, you can click buttons, you can view the product. Now this is literally your chatbot within your actual Instagram DMs. So compared to what we set up with ManyChat, where it's mainly just text-based, this has all your buttons. You don't have to do any extra integrations to set up these buttons. Nothing special. You can just go right into VoiceGlow in, the matter of 5 seconds. You can get this demo set up. And the reason that I showed you this in combination with a VoiceGlow only agent is because literally within 5 to 10 minutes, you can have this prototype. If you're hopping on a call with an agent, that looks amazing in your Instagram DMs, and it's super powerful if you have some calls, if you want to show some prospects some easy demonstrations of what it would look like for them. Super easy. This works with VoiceFlow and VoiceGlow as well. VoiceGlow is a great tool for this. And the same thing, if you wanted to do this to Telegram, all you would do, connect to Telegram, head over to BotFather. We did a Telegram workshop in, a week or two ago. Just go ahead and look at that in the workshops. It shows you all about Telegram bots and everything that you can do, especially with make.com. But you get this access token. You would just copy that, bring that into VoiceGlow, add the Telegram bot, and then you could go ahead, talk with your Telegram bot, and it would respond just like it does within the Instagram DM. So now I'm going to take a second to answer all your guys' questions. I know that was a quick one, but it was highly requested. Now you guys can get these super powerful AI agents within your DMs. They look pretty. These are super good for conversions. Let's say you have some type of brand, or you're building this for someone that does have a brand. You can set up automation so that, maybe if you get a trigger message, you can link it up with ManyChat as well. So if someone comments something on their page, goes through, takes it to the DMs, brings them down funnels, whatever you want to do. So I'm hearing some pings. Let me just go ahead and read something in the chat. Why does not say that user will interact with AI initial message when users send message? So that's just how my agent is configured. Some of them do that, but you can totally change that as well. All right, let's just see. Get some questions in the chats, G's. Again, the utility of this is absolutely insane. Basically, if you have a prospect, let's say you're outreaching with System 3 and you're trying to sell lead capture, CRM integration, appointment booking, and someone says, hey, I want to jump on a call, see your demo. Cool. Like literally an hour before, 10 minutes before, you can set up this AI agent. Maybe if you wanted its personal brand, you could get it in their DMs. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. So this is similar to ManyChat. It's similar. It's a bit easier to deploy. You do have less control. If you wanted more control over certain things, if you didn't only want it to be solely VoiceGlow and ManyChat, solely your VoiceFlow agent, if you wanted to add different things like with ManyChat, different triggers, that's where ManyChat gives you a bit more control. But again, VoiceGlow just makes it super seamless, super easy to set this up. So can you connect it to anything else? And let me just close it on there because I'm getting pings. I don't want it to show up in the live stream. Can you connect it to anything else that doesn't show up at that list on VoiceGlow? Yeah, so you can connect it with WhatsApp. You can connect it with Vappy. Now, there is going to be more in-depth lessons because there are a few extra setup steps for the other channels, especially WhatsApp. You need a WhatsApp business number. But yeah, VoiceGlow, again, makes it incredibly convenient. Of course, if you're using other things like make.com, you'll have more control. If you're using other things like ManyChat, you'll have more control. But yeah. What's the workshop that talks about VoiceGlow? Go in the chats. It's the how to create, or this hidden AI agent creation platform, something along those lines for agencies. Someone said, "Is this all in the courses?" So yeah, I can't stress this enough. Like a lot of you are saying, like I'll get tags in the chats. Hey, how do you do X? How do you do Y? How do you do Z? And we've covered so many things in the workshops, and it's a completely overlooked section of the courses. Like that's where you guys broaden your horizons and learn more about AI automation. That's where you learn more about what you can do. There's a lot of gems in there, how to do X, Y, Z, and it gives you kind of my walkthrough process and how you can creatively think on how to set up automations from front to back. So yeah, go through the workshops, watch all of them. You're not going to become worse at automating by watching all the workshops. You'll only get better. How skilled you are in AI automation is directly correlated to how much money you make. So everyone go and watch the workshops. So someone's asking about if there's a lesson that teaches us how to create an AI bot on Instagram that responds to people comments. So in the ManyChat section in the social media, I show you how to use ManyChat. It's super simple. Like the initial trigger that I show you how to use is user sends a direct message. All you have to do is change that trigger to user sends a comment. And then you can make sure that that comment equals a certain thing if you wanted to as well. So super easy. You just have to change one step within the ManyChat automation that I showed you. Go ahead, set that up, and you'll be all set. Is there a way to make this work for outreach, or is Tixay only for replies? Have you seen anything besides auto IGDM for IG outreach? So there's a bunch of different things you can use, right? I mean, you can set up your own outreach with ManyChat. Like APIs are your best friend. Like you guys have to get super familiar with APIs. This is how you connect different tools. This is how you really become powerful as an automator. ManyChat is the only meta verified platform, but you have ManyChat modules within make.com, right? So anything that you can do with make.com and ManyChat, you can start doing on Instagram. If you wanted to compile a whole list of your own leads and start outreaching with something besides auto IGDM, you could totally do that. If you wanted to connect it to so that your voice glow agent picks up after sending the initial outreach, you could totally do that as well. That's the demonstration that we show you in the social media lessons. Okay, I have the auto IGDM outreach. Someone goes ahead and texts me in the DMs. I know how to set up these filters. I know how to set up this AI agent that can then carry on the conversation and book appointments automatically. So yeah, it's just a little bit of creative thinking. I pretty much just gave you the outline for it, and that's totally executable. What does the voice flow side look like in ManyChat? Is it in one of the courses? Yes, Daniel PL. It is in the social media courses. Geez, you should watch all the courses. That's all I gotta say. A lot of you ask, hey, is this in the courses? Why would you not just go through the courses and then you would find out? Do I need to pay for voice flow and voice glow if I want to use the bot, or just voice glow? It depends. If you have a voice flow, if you're building the bot on VoiceFlow, then you're going to have to pay for both. You can hook up your API keys, so VoiceGlow becomes incredibly cheap. I highly recommend you do that. You just go into your settings in VoiceGlow, hook up your API keys for the AI, and it becomes very cheap. If you're doing a VoiceGlow only agent, like I just showed you, then you only need to pay for VoiceGlow. You don't have to pay for anything else. What's the plus side of integrating a VoiceFlow bot into Tixay? I just made one for a client and wondering how much more I can upgrade this Tixay agent with VoiceFlow integration custom built. So number one, it's way more visually appealing. It's on brand. You can make it look a certain way for the person's site. That's a big plus. Another one is the custom tabs. So if I were to go into VoiceGlow, head back to design, tabs is actually on. So let me just refresh. And I need to step out. So you have all these different conversations. You have home, so you can ask a question. You can track your order. If this was like an e-commerce agent, like in this example, you could hook these buttons up with different API steps. You could start a live call if you wanted to do that. You could add appointment bookings. You could do an FAQ sheet. There's tons of different things you could do with Tixay. It gives you more customizability, I should say. It gives you more control. VoiceGlow, otherwise known as Tixay, is an agency-first platform. VoiceFlow is there for you to build the agents. So like I would always recommend, you would hear me say this if you watch the other VoiceGlow workshops, I recommend you always build your agent on VoiceFlow and then you deploy it with VoiceGlow. VoiceGlow gives you more control over the front end. You can customize it. You have your own conversations dashboards. You can watch all the conversations. You can do a bunch of good stuff within VoiceGlow. Basically on the front end, on the deployment side of your AI agent. So I always do recommend that. Yeah, that should be the general pipeline. Let's see what other chats we're getting. Prof, is there a lesson to make a meme generator bot? All the lessons. You just have to do a little thinking. All right, I'm going to probably take 2 more questions. A lot of you are asking me, hey, troubleshooting stuff. These workshops and AMAs aren't for troubleshooting. Go ahead, post the questions. We have 3 dedicated channels with captains that are there 24/7 to answer your questions. Outreach support, workshop build support, demo support. Go ahead, post it in there. Captains are super proficient on all the errors that are happening. They'll help you get it fixed quickly. So if I were to troubleshoot now, I'd have to basically recreate your error, screen share, go through go through the steps, etc. Is there any way to escape the stupid rule that you cannot message the client after 24 hours in Tixay? I'm not really sure what you mean by that, Barbie, so ping me with a little bit more context. All right, let's see. One more question. Let me try to find a good one. Do you recommend using API requests via VoiceFlow or Make? Completely preference. I'm assuming you're saying you have a VoiceFlow agent and you need to do an API request to like ManyChat or something. Make just makes it super easy. No pun intended. You can literally just set up a quick webhook to Make and then do all your no-code automations there. It's definitely more easier, but either way is fine. I do recommend Make. All right, G's. Good workshop. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Tag me or the captains. And peace. God bless. Be automated.